Have you been wondering what Captiva is like nearly 2 years after Hurricane Ian? Let's go check it out. Come on, let's go. It's a hot one out here today at Captiva. It's still early. It's not even quite, well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, but it's going to be hot. It's the first week of July. I'm so excited that I'm actually here. We've had a wonderful week, great weather. It's a little bit different than last summer because more things are open and there are more people here. So I'm just going to go ahead and run it down, and I'm going to start from basically you come over the bridge from Sanibel, and what you will notice still is that a lot of the vegetation along those big beautiful homes is still not grown back or put back. Of course, many people who could afford to do so brought in truckloads of vegetation and replanted trees and replanted grass and just, you know, replaced the foliage that was damaged by the hurricane. Some people have not done that. They choose not to do that. They're going for a more natural, organic way of making it come back. So you will see that still some of the homes don't have that privacy, so you can get a really good peek at what those homes look like, which is kind of cool because before you could barely even see them. Modders was open last year. Of course, if you were following any of the stuff about Hurricane Ian, they were actually helping some of the people that were doing work on the island by giving them food and I think giving them some housing for a while. But they were open last year, I think, you know, like with some limitations, but they are open this year. I did not go to the property because I'm staying a little bit north of where they are. And so I don't have a reason to go down there, but they are open. The restaurants appear open. And so I will put a link to their website in the description below if you want to go and check out what they are offering. Now, when you come up, you're still headed north, and you come up to the other curve where JENSENS on the beach is, you'll see that, you know, it looks better. The vegetation has grown back. It's greener. I think last year the sign was a little bent and crooked from the wind. It has been straightened out or replaced. It all looks fine. It looks normal. And really, you'll see some evidence of some things that are still under repair, under remodel. Maybe some people decided to do things while they had the chance. You know, if things got messed up during the storm, they're just going to go ahead and update the property if they needed to do so or were thinking of doing so, which is what I think is going on with the property that we stayed at the summer just before the hurricane hit. I think that they were thinking about doing some updates to it, and then the storm hit, got a lot of water in it, and now it's a complete gut project. And I love that little house, and I hope they make it just as beautiful as it was before. As you go through the neighborhoods in Captiva, you're going to see some evidence of things being remodeled or repaired. Still, even 2 years later, this house right here is the house my family stayed in the summer just before the hurricane hit, and as you can see, it's a single level ranch style house, and it really, I think water came up several feet, so they ended up gutting it, and it's still under remodel right now, and that's almost 2 years later. If you go up to SOUTHSEAS, which I'm going to get to in a second, you're definitely going to see some things that are still being worked on there. But as you come up and you go around the corner to Green Flash, the Green Flash is open this year. So that's new because last year it was not open. So this summer it's open and it is busy. We went to eat there the other night. And we went for, you know, dinner because we went at nighttime, and it was packed. We should have made a reservation, and actually I'm going to put a link to the description below where it'll show you the menu and you could book a reservation, but we should have booked a reservation because we were lucky to get a table for our party of 6, and it filled up right after we got there, and there was a line out the door by the time we left. So check them out. The food is good. Service is okay, but you know what? We're not in a hurry, right? We're on vacation. What do we have to do except for maybe get to the sunset? And we can allow plenty of time for that. So definitely go check them out for lunch or dinner, and be sure to make a reservation unless you don't mind waiting. Maybe have a drink or something and chit chat with your family. So as you continue to go north, the next landmark would be JENSENS. JENSENS is the place, the marina, and like little cottages that you would go to. Even if you weren't staying there, you would go there and see the manatee at the docks, right? Because that's, for some reason, the manatees would always come up to JENSENS, and if you come to visit Captiva, then you heard about it, and then you would bring your family, your kids. They love to go see the manatees. I love to go see the manatees, but it is not open yet. It is still not open. I know that they were planning on opening around the first week of July. That was their plan, and it did not happen. But they're still working on it, so hopefully it'll be open sooner than later. I'm standing in front of JENSENS. They were not able to open this summer. I was following them on their Facebook page throughout the year, and they were hoping that they would be open at the beginning week of July, but they hit some speed bumps. Not exactly sure what happened, but they were not able to open. And when you come by here, you'll see that it's still an active construction site. People are actively working on the cottages. It smells like paint, actually, but you cannot trespass. You cannot go down and see the manatees here. There's a sign that says, "Do not trespass. It will be a felony." So hopefully they'll be open in the next few months or so. I would expect to see them open in the winter time for those of you that come here to winter, but you can follow them on their Facebook page, and they might have a website. If they have that, I will link it below. I'll also link the Facebook page for you. As you continue to go north, then you have McCarthy's Marina. You should check them out. They do sunset cruises, and I will put a link to their information in the description below as well. They also have a cute little gift shop inside. You should check them out. If you like things with shamrocks on it, then you're definitely going to want to go to this little store. And then, of course, you have the Island Store, which is owned by Bailey's. Bailey's on Sanibel. That is no longer in existence right now. In fact, it's a completely vacant lot. It looks really strange if you were used to seeing that shopping plaza there. But they have plans to rebuild, so don't worry. But on Captiva, they have the Island Store, and you can get really anything you want there. You can get your soda, your chips, your sandwiches. You can get, I got some fish dip the other night, and it's very good, so if you want some of that, you grab it there. They have beer, wine, spirits, so they have everything that you could really need for some staples while you're on vacation, and they are open every single day. So definitely go and get your things from the Island Store. Next door to the Island Store is RC Otters. They are open. I heard some live music there yesterday. I have not gone to eat there. We usually go out to eat once or twice, and I don't think RC Otters is on our list this year, but they're open. And then next to them is something that I had not noticed before, and that is Sunshine Seafood. I will put a link to their menu below. It looked delicious. It kind of had some Italian undertones to it. Really good. It looked really good, but they are just only open for dinner, and you definitely need a reservation for that spot because it is very, very small. Key Lime Bistro, still not open. It is not open. It's sad because it was a very lively place. You had the patio outside, and then you had inside, and you had people playing music. Still not open. It looks like they're doing work there, but they are not open yet, and I do not know what the plans are. As you go down Andy Rossi, go down to the Mucky Duck. That was open last year and had a great meal there, and that is a classic place to eat if you are visiting Captiva because it is right on the beach, and the food is good, the service is good, and they have t-shirts that you can buy, so it's a great location if you want to have a bite to eat while you're on Captiva. Of course, I will put a link to their website below, but really I'm going to put a link for their webcam because I think that if you don't know this already, they have a beach webcam at the Mucky Duck location, and a couple of months before I start planning my trip to come here, I check out that camera almost on a daily basis. It gives me something to look forward to. So I'll put a link, not to the menu for Mucky Duck, but I'll put a link to the beach cam at the Mucky Duck so you can see what the Gulf of Mexico looks like and be motivated for your next vacation to Captiva. Okay, so going back down Andy Rossi or up Andy Rossi, connecting to the main road, you're going to be back at the Island Store and the intersection where the Bubble Room is located. The Bubble Room is still under renovation. They have a banner there that says Grand Reopening 2024. It does not say anything else than that, and that is all I know. So it's supposed to be opening in 2024. Right next to it is called Boops. I call it Betty Boops, but it's really just Boops. That is like the dessert room of the Bubble Room. They have awesome cake, they have shakes, and they serve breakfast there too, and they make that to order. My kids got some really great breakfast sandwiches there, and they make them to order. So they said it took about like 15 or 20 minutes, and they fry up the bacon, fry up the eggs, make the sandwich, and they said it was awesome. So if you are looking for some place to eat for breakfast, check out Boops, but also check them out for their delicious cake, which we got, I think, the second night we were here. We got 4 slices. They are giant and they have awesome flavors, and I like them because even though I will make cake at home from time to time, I cannot make this kind of cake. It's pretty good, so check them out. Across the street from Boops is the Emporium. That is a Bubble Room store. Last year it was not open, so that is new again, and so it's open. So check them out. As you keep going towards SOUTHSEAS Plantation, you of course have the Beach Shop store and Cantina Captiva. And last year, the Cantina Captiva was a form of a food truck. This year, you can go and eat inside the restaurant, and so that's new and a change and update. The Beach Shop and the other store next to it, those were open last year, so no changes there. They're still open. Then now here we go, getting to SOUTHSEAS Plantation. As you round the corner, you have Chadwick Square, I believe it is, on your left. That's where you would have the provision store and Starbucks, and that's the only thing that's there right now. And so last year, the only thing that was there was Starbucks. The provision store, but it has been totally remodeled. It used to be a place where you could go and get some supplies, right? Some wine, beer, some different snacks. But then you could also buy a bunch of different gifts, like little plates and books and things. They had very cute things there, and you could buy them there. But it has been completely remodeled. And now when you walk in the center is basically the food prep area. It's food centric now. It's not gift centric. So I feel like last time it was more gifts and a little bit of food, and this time it's like mostly food. So that's a change to provisions, but it was not open last year. It is open this year, and of course Starbucks is still open, and I think SOUTHSEAS has a place where you can check in and do registration there. SOUTHSEAS is open. It has different villas and condos that are open, and I got a chance to ride my bike through all the way to the end, and as I go through it, I can tell that some of the little clusters are still being worked on. Some of them look like they were being fully rented out. The golf course was in order. People were out and about riding their bikes. They were fishing, they were walking, they were going to grab their coffees. people were having fun at SOUTHSEAS. Almost forgot to mention that we did not see Joey's this year. That's right, Joey's, if you are not familiar with what Joey's is the hot dog vendor guy that comes on a pontoon boat up and down the shoreline around 2 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and people line up to get hot dogs from him and frozen Snicker bars and a can of Coke, even though you most likely have most of these things except for this frozen Snicker bar in your house or wherever you're staying. You probably have a Coke, you probably have a hot dog because you're here on vacation and hot dogs are easy, but people line up to get those hot dogs and those Cokes. It's an experience. It just is. I don't know what else to say, and I am sad that we did not get to see him again this year. We hope that you are doing well. Make a comment below if you happen to know what is going on with the Joey's hot dog pontoon that goes up and down Captiva, because I know I personally would love to know, and I bet there are some other people that would love to know. Let's talk about real estate prices in Captiva, okay? What are the prices? I will tell you, I did a little search and I keep my eye on it because it's a dream, such a dream to be able to own a property here, right? You can get a property for about $1.6 million. That would be for like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home around 1,100 square feet. Now, this is outside of the gates of Southsea Plantation. Now, you can go all the way up to, right now, currently $27 million, and that would be for a mere 10-bedroom, 13-bath home that is on the sand. So you have a wide variety of properties that you can choose from. My name is Allison Newlon, broker-owner of Platinum Properties of Florida. If you need a referral partner down here in Captiva, let me know. For more information about living in and around the Sunshine State, watch this video.